In this video, we'll get the API key from the user. So far, we have used a hard-coded API key, and today we'll use a dialog box to get it from the user. And first, what we're going to do is we'll have an icon here. And clicking it, we'll get a dialog box in which we'll input our key. Okay, so for that, to get the icon, we'll use the action button. Actions. Mm, Icon button. For now, our click action will do nothing. It will just be there. Okay, there we have our button, and then we'll create a dialog box, and here we'll have a show dialog. Show dialog. Context will be your context, and our builder. It will just return an alert dialog. Return Okay, here we'll pass on the parameters that are required. The title, and the next part is the content. This is where we'll have a text field, that is the part where we have to input whatever what are the keys. Okay, so a text field. And finally, at the bottom of the box, we'll have a few actions. So for that, we'll have actions widget. Here I'll be just having two actions, that is the OK and the close. And it will be a flat button. First, Okay, and close. Okay, to close the dialog, we'll use a navigator.pop. Uh, navigator.pop context, and if you have to pass something back, you'll just pass it like this, and maybe you'll say that there was something like cancelled or something, and this text will have to be sent to somewhere else. And since you won't be closing the dialog box at once, it will open, wait for the user input, and wait until here the user closes it. So we have to add an await statement, and okay, uh, string result, and we'll also maybe return the result where we need it. Return. Here we have given a type of void, but it should be a string since we are returning a string. Okay, and we'll write our function that calls the dialog box. So void. Of course, we could have done everything in that same function, but I am just using them in a different one. And here okay, and for the text field, we'll also create a controller, text controller. Text editing controller. And if you want, we can initiate the value of the controller during our init state, although it's not so important, we can do it. So demo. Okay, and pass it to our text field. So to have the controller, and here we'll just make a quick check if our string is not empty or something. That is this one. Okay, this cancelled, and here maybe we can pass. We can pass something like okay, done. Done. We'll just see if it is done. And if it is done, we'll also error controller text is not null. If these are okay, then we'll set our API key to that one. Okay. If all these conditions are true, then we'll set our API key as API controller dot text. Okay. Just save it. And I'll just call the function with our icon. So call dialog. That's it. So now there we have our text field. We can enter it and set our key from here. And I guess we can just I'll reset it. I'll restart it. Okay. There. It will by default show the demo key. Although we didn't set the demo key here, we should have done it. You can just go ahead and okay. So by default the key will be set to demo, and if we change it, it will be updated accordingly. So if I put something like VC or say something, our key will get updated. Okay. Now if we search, we'll get an error because that I didn't enter the full key, and that's it. I think it's looking good. But however, you'll notice that the value didn't get saved, and so when you close and open the app, you'll have to re-enter the API key again. We'll see in our next video how we can store that key and retrieve it.